Hi, this is Jim over at Cherry Logistics. In this video, we're going to take a look at service provider surveys. These are the surveys that providers will take for usually our snow customers before and after snow season. The pre-season survey gives us an opportunity to identify if there's any snow stacking areas on their property, really specific to that customer service agreement, and also identify any existing issues on that property that they can be documented along with some records and some photos. And then the postseason surveys, again, just gives us the opportunity for you to get back on that property to make sure that everything looks in its proper place, and again can be documented, and photos associated with those areas taken and attached to the survey, so that again those records are visible for you, Cherry Logistics, and our customers. So let's go ahead and take a look at how you would fill out those surveys on the web portal for our service providers. So we're going to go ahead and log in. We're going to log in as Black Dirt again. And then from the main menu drop down, we're going to go ahead and navigate to surveys, from services down to surveys. So this is the record screen for all the surveys for this particular service provider, Black Dirt Plowing. And you can see all the different types of surveys here, basically the two types, pre-season and post-season. And then each column we have here for the customers, we have the customer location ID, the service provider, type of survey again, who actually filled out the survey, when the date and time it was created, and the current status of that survey. The status comes into play when we go ahead to save those surveys. If we don't have the opportunity to complete it all at the same time, we can still save it. It'll leave it in progress. And what it'll do is it'll save your place so that you don't have to fill out that survey from the beginning. If it's all completed, then you can just go ahead and submit it as completed, and the system will ask you, is it a completed survey, to go ahead and submit. Once the survey has been completed and submitted in a submitted status, there's no longer any changes that can be made to it, or it cannot even be deleted from the system. If it still remains in process, then we can go ahead and make changes, update that information, attach additional photos, and even delete it if you needed to start all over again. So that's what the status is referred to in this column. The screen also has the typical functionality that we see in most of the screens in the portal. It has the row selector, so again, if you wanted to view more rows on your screen, the additional page selection down here and up here. It has the quick search feature, so that you're able to quick search the records by just a text or two placed in this text field, and then click on the search icon. And then you have the advanced search features, which gives you a little bit more opportunity to search on some specific information. So if we wanted to search on customer, we can just type in a customer name, apply the filter. You would see your search criteria up in this cloud area, and then your search results would just reflect that particular customer. If you wanted to add another filter for that, you can just look at the ones that have been submitted, go ahead and apply that filter. Now both of those search criteria appear up here in the cloud, and again, it just reflects the ADMO customer that have a status of submitted in there. You can click on the blue X to take one filter out at a time, or remove all filters by clicking on the remove filter button, and then that'll bring up all your records back again. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of these surveys. I'm going to hide this advanced search feature so we have more room on the screen. I'm going to go ahead and view this ADMO one down here. I can go ahead and view this survey, and because it's still in process, then that means I can go ahead and delete it if I wanted to start over. But let's go ahead and take a look at it. Once we view it, the survey comes up, and again we can see that it was started, however it wasn't completed. That's why it's still in process here. We can see if there's any attachments associated with this survey. Nothing's been added yet. So we'll go back to the details screen, and then we'll see the information for this survey. If we wanted to create a new survey, we would just go ahead and click on New Survey. We would select the type of survey we want to fill out, either a pre-season or a post-season survey. In some instances, with our customer service agreement for landscaping agreements, they may have a monthly landscaping survey, so that option is available also for some of our service providers. So again, we would just go ahead and select the type of survey that we're going to do. In this case, we're going to select an after snow. We would type out the customer name. Once you begin typing, the system will look for the name based on the service contracts that you have set up for your company. So we'll go ahead and take this Accounting Inc. And then the same thing, we'll start to type in the customer information, and then it'll give us, based on what kind of contracts we have, to select the location that we're looking for. In this case, we're looking for location 123. We'll select it and then create the survey. So here's an empty survey template, pretty simple form to fill out. It gives us the customer location and address. It'll also list the service provider, the type of survey that it is. It'll associate it with a survey number, and it'll also populate the date and the time that the survey was started. So here's just the different criteria for the survey, just some general questions and areas of to be reviewed: general surface conditions, curb and landscaping and borders, car stops, all the different features of the customer location area. So you would review that information and then put down any specific issues that you've identified here in these text fields, and you would just type in here, just do a normal text to record your findings and your notes in these text fields. If you needed to save it, you couldn't finish it, you would just go ahead and save the survey. It'll ask you, would you like to submit? You can select no, but that will save your work, and you can go ahead and close out of it, or you can continue to edit. If you close out, it'll take you back to the survey screen, and you'll see your survey that we just started still in process. So again, you can come back to that survey at any time and view it, and then go ahead and make the additional entries into this survey to finish it off. And then if you wanted to add any photos, you would just click over to the attachment screen and then go ahead and add photos. So again, this is we've seen this box before, where we can just either click on the add files to navigate to where our information is stored on our computer, or we can just drag and drop a photo or document right to this gray area here. So I'm just going to have this photo here on my desktop that I'm just going to drag over. It shows some curb damage that was identified on that customer's property. We could put our just some text to identify that file name, and then identify it as a photo file, and then go ahead and upload it. Uploads very quickly. Save it, and now we have that information attached to our survey. So if we wanted to view that photo to show the curb damage there, we can do it that way to view it, or we can even download it back to our computer if we needed it for an additional document, or our own records, or attach it to an email even. So once we're done attaching any photos or documentation through the attachment screen, we can just click on the details. It'll bring us back to this detail screen. We can continue editing. Click the edit button and continue filling out the information in the survey. Once we're all done, we can click save, and it'll ask you, do you want to submit it? So again, you would make sure all your information is complete, and then go ahead and click yes that you'll want to submit it. Then once it's been submitted, its status changes to submitted, and again, we can no longer make any adjustments to that survey. It's completed. So those are the survey screens specific really to our snow service providers and customers for their preseason and postseason surveys. In addition, there is the monthly landscaping survey also available for our customers that have a service agreement requiring a landscaping survey. So I hope you found that information useful to fill out the surveys. on the web portal. Those surveys, by the way, can also be filled out on the mobile app. It gives you the same information and functionality to take notes of the issues and attach photos, and it'll land in that same screen on the with the surveys. It'll just be designated that it was filled out on the mobile app. So I hope you found that information useful. Again, just like anything else, if you have questions on surveys or anything else in the Service Provider web portal, please give us a call here over at Cherry. In the meantime, we'll see you on the next video.